Yeah, I mean, frustration grows, obviously. To end the game on a pick six, yeah, it's tough. It's tough. It's frustrating. And not only that, as I said, the first one, yeah, I mean, I just got to not even try to throw the ball right there. Feel the guy grab me and just tuck the ball and take the sack and just move on to the next play. And that's that balance. And obviously, I'll learn from it and tuck it next time. So it's tough. It's tough treading that line, trying to make a play, trying to be aggressive, and at the same time, not putting the ball at risk.
Y'all know. Everybody hear me? What can't go wrong will go wrong. Just wait. Be patient.
Yo, what's going on, guys? 3 games. If you want to look at all my other games for the week, I'll leave both of them at the end of the link. Link at the end. So obviously we're gonna start with Dallas, as we should start with Dallas. Dak Prescott was 23 for 30, 256 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Now, Dallas got out to a 21-0 start, right? And so I'm like, all right, cool. I can go on and do some other stuff right now. Come back, catch the end of the Dallas game. It should be a blowout. I forgot that we're talking about the Dallas Cowboys. So the Dallas Cowboys went up 21-0. Jacksonville didn't know what was going on, and all of a sudden Trevor Lawrence turned into Joe Montana in the third quarter. The defense just could not figure out how to stop him for whatever reason. I don't know what happened or what clicked or what flipped, but then they end up getting the defense stepped up. The defense ended up stepping up. Critical fumble at the end by Trevor Lawrence. And Dak Prescott was terrible Dak Prescott in the second half. He was excellent Dak Prescott in the first half. Most of these numbers are from the first half. Dallas is just going to let you down. That's just how it is. Dallas is going to let you down when you really think they're going to win. They end up BSing around with Jacksonville. And now, by virtue of the Commanders losing, they still make the playoffs. But it would have got real interesting if the Commanders would have won last night. But yeah, Dallas will tend to let you down. I don't believe in this team at all. I wanted Dak to get his money, but when you play super elite for the last drive last week, and then you play super elite at the beginning of the game, and then you fall off completely, and the defense falls off completely. And it's just this Dallas, like, in the words of Stephen A. Smith, what can go wrong will go wrong. I might do an individual video about the Eagles-Cowboys game next week, because that game is going to be, I think it's going to be highly contested, and then the Eagles are going to run away with it in the second half, probably to the fourth quarter, because Jalen Hurts is just a better overall quarterback and better overall. I wouldn't say he's a better leader, but, I believe Jalen Hurts will have his guys more ready than Parsons, and Dak will have his guys ready. But if I had to put a letter grade on this game, I want to go with an F, but there were some great things to take away from this game, so I give it a D. And so, talking about not destroying your opponent when you have to, let's talk about Kansas City. Patrick Mahomes was 36 for 41, 336 yards. The team rushed for 189 yards, almost 20 yards. That's kind of uncharacteristic of them, because when you think Kansas City, you don't think of a running team, and they only rushed for 20 yards. I think we need to start taking Houston more seriously. Now, I know you're like, Keith, why would I take them more seriously? They'll win with the team, blah, blah, blah. One or two things is happening with these Houston games. Either Houston is that good, they just don't know how to close because they have a lot of young guys, or two, people are coming into Houston like, okay, we're not going to take this dude seriously. We'll give them our C performance and they'll win. We'll give them our C performance and they'll win. So I'm not sure which one it is. I think it's the latter, because even in high school, when I knew it was a not so good team, we was playing all white boys, we was like, okay, we can go ahead and get rid of these dudes. And then they hit us in the mouth and we can't respond. So luckily, unlike Dallas, and I think Jacksonville is a better overall team, Kansas City got everything they wanted from them. Mahomes' numbers say he played well, but looking at the game, he was not Mahomesian. You didn't look at the game like, oh my God, look at what Mahomes did. Maybe one or two plays, the play to Kelsey for the first down, it didn't feel like as dominant as you wanted it to be. You go out there and dominate this game. Mahomes should have not had to play this fourth quarter. That's a win-win team. But I think they're playing better because people are taking them lightly. So they got the win. That's all that matters. They got the win. I think they clinched the division either last week or this week. And yeah, that's where we are with Kansas City. So we're gonna see what they're doing. It's gonna be interesting to see if Kansas City can get this together because they've kind of been playing on this we're Kansas City thing, and people are not really holding them. Even me, I'm just like, Kansas City, they'll get it together. But if they lose in the playoffs early, we're gonna have to take a strong look at this team and see what they have to do moving forward. So this section is going to be a lot longer. Obviously, we have two of our guys in this game, Jalen Hurts, Justin Fields. So Hurts was 22 for 37, 315 yards, 2 interceptions. A.J. Brown and Devontae Adams have to be one of the best 1-2 punches I might have ever seen. A.J. was 9 receptions, 181 yards. Devontae was 5 receptions, 126 yards. And that's kind of where Jalen Hurts got in trouble with these interceptions. One of them was forcing and the other one was kind of an overthrow. When you have guys like this, you just want them to get the ball so bad. You want them to get the ball super duper bad. And I think that's kind of what happened. They didn't run the ball as well as you would like for them to run it. As well as you think they should run it. But ultimately, it didn't matter. O-line wasn't the best, and you can say that about both teams. Offensive line was not that good this week because it was an ugly game. I don't know, the defensive line's kind of had a beat on both sides, but obviously, Hurts' offensive line got it together. The other Kelsey got on them, and they was able to run away with it. These type of ugly wins, I think. The Eagles need, because everything's not going to be pretty. They need these ugly wins to show people, or not to show people, but they need these ugly wins so they won't go into the playoffs thinking that everything is easy. I remember when Lamar was on his MVP track and they were running through the league, right? And I always said they needed that one loss. Now they ended up getting the loss. I think they lost 4 or 5 games that year. And they sat Lamar the last game of the season. And I said, that's a bad idea. You need to run it like a preseason game so he stays in rhythm. I ultimately came out to be right. They ended up losing in the first round. I think they lost to Tennessee. But I think that's what the Eagles are doing. People need to keep their foot on the Eagles' neck, so to speak, to keep the Eagles right there. Now, Nick Sirianni and Jalen Hurts got their pulse on this team, so I don't think 1-2 will be a problem, but it's good to see them win ugly games. They need to win ugly games.
What's going on, guys? So after recording this video, it came down that Jalen Hurts' shoulder is not feeling well, and he's possibly going to be out the Dallas game. Now, the backup is Gardner Minshew, so he won a couple games for Jacksonville before they brought Trevor Lawrence there. So I don't expect it to be that big of a deal. I think Gardner Minshew could win a couple games, maybe win a game for him. But the number one thing is to keep Jalen healthy for the playoff run. It seems like Philly always gets their best player hurt around the same time. It happened with Carson Wentz in the Super Bowl year and everything. So I still expect them to beat Dallas on Sunday, even if Jalen doesn't play. But I have a small suspicion that Jalen's going to play. I have a small suspicion. So keep you guys updated. They're practicing as if Minshew is the starter. So more updates will come the closer we get to kickoff.
Fields. The only reason they were in this game was when Fields went out and Andy Dalton had to come in for a couple, I think it was maybe a drive. You felt it. And I think if they would have scored on that drive, that Fields got hurt in, this game might have been a lot closer, but I don't think they would have won. I just think it would have been a lot closer. So with Fields in the game, he's going to give you a chance. I think his first name is Hassan. Reddick made their life super difficult. Now they already got a bad offensive line, but Reddick was out there looking like Warren Sapp, Aaron Donald, Lawrence. There you go. It's funny they showed him, but yeah, he was a monster yesterday. Like he was all over the field. He was all over. Well, not all over. He was all in the backfield of Justin Fields. Even with the excellent run Justin Fields had, I'm sure I showed it already. Like, he made life miserable. They ended up having 6 sacks on the game. Justin Fields was 14 for 21, 152 yards, 2 touchdowns, 15 carries, 95 yards, almost 100 yards rushing. And he set quite a few rushing records yesterday too for a quarterback. I don't know if it was Chicago Bears records or just overall rushing records, but he set some records yesterday. So, as far as Chicago, I tend to not really want to judge Chicago. They're in a rebuild. We're seeing what we need to see from Fields, and I'm seeing what we need to see from Trevor Lawrence. They're both really good. They both were the right picks at the picks they were taking. They just need to win more. Like, you can book this. That Justin Fields versus Jacksonville might actually be like a primetime game eventually. Not this year, not next year, maybe the year after that. But it's going to be a primetime game eventually. I think so. I know neither Russ or Kyler played this week, but I kind of want to talk about them. Now, neither one of them played this week. The Broncos ended up getting the win. And if you want, you might be like, Keith, you didn't talk about Cleveland and Baltimore. That link will be at the end. I don't think I really have much to say other than what I said in that video. So that will be at the end. I don't know what to make of Cleveland. Or not Cleveland, I'm sorry. The Cardinals. Their coach is gone. The GM's probably gone. They played Kyler, so he's there. But I don't know what to make of this team going forward. Like, I'm not sure what they're going to do. I'm not sure what they're going to do. Now, I know what the Broncos are going to do. The Broncos are going to either fire their coach or they're going to double down on Russ because they have to. They're paying Russ. Hopefully he gets better next season. But as far as the Cardinals, you got to go get USC. You got to go get Riley. But I don't think he's leaving USC. I don't know. I don't necessarily even know what the Cardinals could do. Let me know if you're the Cardinals owner or GM, what would you guys do in the situation? Because you have the talent. The talent is there. But what do? Do you fire the coach or do you just bank on the health next year? Because they were really beat up with injuries. Kind of like not Vegas. Kind of like the Chargers were just beat up to hell with injuries. What do you do if you're the owner of the Cardinals? Let me know. Denver, I really don't have much to say because I already said they're just going to keep going with Russ. They're going to upgrade their defense and keep it pushing. But yeah, that's all I got for you guys. It was a crazy week. We had games on Saturday. We had games yesterday. Crazy leads blown and all this other crazy stuff. So that's my heat. So I guess it's time to go. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.